Hi everyone, welcome to Table for Two. I am the elusive Bigfoot.
And I'm Wenzy.
And today we are doing a setup and playthrough of Web Spinners. This is a game designed by Brian Mosley and produced by Safehaven Games. You can play up to 6 players and there's also a solo mode. This game takes about, 10 to 30 minutes. And even when it's just 2 players, we found that it takes about 10 to 30 minutes depending on our luck. So let's look at the setup first. You're going to put the board in the middle of the table, and then each player will choose the color of spider and flower they want to be. So in this case, I'm going to be yellow, and Wenzy is going to be blue. I'll place my spider in one of the 2 lower triangles, the intersections, and that'll be my start place. We also get the matching colored webs that we're going to be using to place onto the board. We just divided the insect tokens into 2 little cups for each of us to access easily, and then you have 2 dice, one that has colors and one that has numbers. We'll be rolling that to determine how we place this.
Now let's talk about what to do on a player's turn. The first thing a player will do is roll the 2 dice. There's an insect die with numbers and a colored die with colors. So I'm going to roll those. I rolled a 1 and a purple. So the 1 means that I'm going to place an insect from the supply.
One insect.
Into the center. The center is kind of where the insects spawn and move out from. So you do that first. Next we're going to move all the insects over the purple border. So you'll notice here this insect would move over the purple border into the center hex. But you're not allowed to move into that center hex. So that one's just going to stay right where it's at. And you can tell because there's a black border around those web spaces. It won't let you do it. Next, I'm going to go with this one. So he's going to turn around and point his head. Nope, I rolled purple. Where's purple?
It's under here, I think.
Right. I'm going to turn around this way and turn this one around this way. Normally they would just swap places across the purple border, but because there's a web across there, the yellow player's web, these insects will be captured in the web. And the web goes back to the yellow player, and those 2 insects go to the yellow player as points.
I'll put those in the corner just so that I keep track of them.
All right. So we're going to keep moving across the purple borders here. This one's going to turn around and move across the purple border. This one's going to turn around and move across the purple border. This one is going to run into a yellow web again. So this one's going to get caught. Go ahead and take your web.
I have now 3 insect tokens towards my goal of 8. And you can adjust the goal to whatever you want to play for.
And finally, I'm going to move, lastly I should say, I'm going to move out of the center of the board across the purple and stack it on top of that other token that way. Then, after the insect phase, where you roll the dice and move the insects, a player is going to get 5 actions. Okay? The actions are moving, laying a web down, picking a web up. All right, so I'm going to do those 5 things with my blue marker here.
And you're counting it on the corner, right?
Yeah, he's starting on the corner. Each corner has a little white triangle on it. So that's how you know where you're starting or ending. So if I was to move, if I was to start moving, if I wanted to move this way, I could not do it because you're not allowed to occupy a space that another spider is in. So if I was to try to move that way, I could not do it. So I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go across my own web here for 1. I'm going to move this way for 2. I'm going to lay a web down behind me for 3.
So that's 1 action point.
Yeah, number 3. And then if I wanted to go toward the center, I could move over my opponent's web for 2 actions. So that would be action 4 and action 5 to get there. But instead of doing that, I think I'm going to go 4 this way and lay down a web here for 5, and I will be on that corner right there. And now that's the end of my turn, and it will be the yellow player's turn. So now we're going to do our playthrough of web spinners. And blue will go first.
Blue will go first.
So I'm going to roll the dice. I rolled a 1 and an orange. So I'm going to put one insect in the center hex. And it will face orange and move out across the orange border. And then I get my 5 actions. I am going to take my blue spider and move 1, 2, 3, 4, and leave a web behind me for action number 5. And that's the end of the blue player's turn.
All right, yellow goes. Let's see, 1 green. All right, so I'm going to put a 1 here. The outside spider or bugs will move first. So green is right here on the seam, I think. So we will move right here with the head pointing towards where it crossed, and then I will move 5.
Don't forget the center.
Thank you. Yes, I will cross 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to move up 5.
All right. Blue spider's turn. I'll roll. I got a yellow and a 2. So I'm going to put 2 insects in the center hex. I'm going to move the outer ones across yellow. Face their little faces toward yellow. And then the center ones will go across yellow. And then I will move my spider 1, 2, 3, and leave some webs in my wake for action 4 and action 5.
Smart. Alrighty.
Sorry.
And 3 blue. Ooh, we're going to start to have some yumminess here. All right, so blue, blue. These are going to cross blue, and now this is going to come across blue. And then I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will leave my first web here for 5.
That's good. You have a chance to catch a juicy stack of insects right there. Oops. Yeah, this is like that. Okay. I rolled a 3 and a red. So I'm going to put 3 insects in the center.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move everything across the red. So this one will move across the red. It looks like you caught that.
I did.
So you're going to catch all the stack of insects.
To me. So that is 3 out of the 8 that we declared for our goal.
This one's going to move across the red. This one's going to move across the red. And the center stack that I just put down is going to move across the red.
Towards your stuff.
I get my 5 actions. So I think I'll go 1. Lay a web here for 2. 3, 4, and lay a web for 5, and I'm going to end up on that intersection right there, and it's the yellow player's turn.
Okay. Ooh, an explosion. All right, so that means I'm going to take my 6 insects, I'm going to put them in the middle, and everyone moves towards red first. So this will move towards red. This can't cross back over, so that stays there. I know you're sad. That's red, and now one of everything
goes in the surrounding axis.
Goes around. All right, so I think I would like to come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let me see here. Yeah, 4, and then I will put this right over here for 5. I can't put anything on the surrounding colors that have the black perimeter, but I can definitely put one there.
All right, so blue player's turn.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1, so 1 insect in the middle. Everybody is moving across orange. I rolled orange. So I'm going to start up at the top. That one moves orange. This one moves orange. This one moves orange. This one turns around and moves orange. These two are essentially going to swap.
No, they can't. That's the center hex.
Oh, that's the center hex. Thank you for pointing that out. This one will stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
This big stack will swap spaces with this
Sad
single
for you.
piece. We'll put their heads the right way so we can tell which way they went. Orange, we're working on orange. We're working on orange. And then the one comes out of the center in orange and joins that other one there. Then I get my 5 actions, chasing these bugs. So I'm going to go 1 here, action 1. Action 2, I'll lay a web there. Action 3, action 4, and action 5. And I'll end up on that intersection right there. Now it's the yellow player's turn.
Okay, let's see what I get. 2 red. So I'll put these over here. Let's see. Oh, look at that's green. Darn it.
Is that purple?
Oh, purple. I'm
Purple.
so sorry.
Purple.
Thank you for pointing that. It is purple. Purple, purple, purple. This flies out. Purple comes this way. Purple comes that way. This way. Here. And you get your first set of spiders.
A bunch of them.
And these come over here. Then this crosses out over here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to lay one back over here too for 5. All right, it is your turn.
Blue player's turn. I'm going to roll the dice. I got a 1 purple, so 1 in the center hex. Start moving everything purple. This one's going to go purple. These 2 are going to go purple. This 1 is going to go purple. They're all going back where they were. This one's going to go purple. This one is going to go purple. Purple. These 2 will turn around and go purple. And this one can't go purple because it would be coming back to the center.
I think this one needs. Did it already move? Oh, yeah, it did move.
He's facing away from the purple. And then the one will move out of the center on cross purple and join these other insects here.
Me.
And I get my 5 actions. There's a lot of insects around me. That's good. So I am going to pick up a web for 1 because that's an action that I can do. I'm going to pick up this one over here for 1. I'm going to move over here for 2. Lay one behind me for 3. Move for 4. And lay one behind me for 5. And I'll end up on that intersection right there.
Okay.
And now it's the yellow player's turn.
Okay, and it's important to note that you don't have to be touching the web when you destroy the web and pick it up, like you picked up your blue one that was way over here.
Right, you can pick up your web from anywhere on the board as an action.
Alrighty. 3 red. Okay, that is red over here. Let me see here. I think I get some. I do. I get these lovely red ones. And this one's going to cross over for red, 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 red. That can't come in the center. Red. So these are going to come and join this guy. Alrighty. I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to land right here for 5.
Okay, now you're around a big area of insects.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 insects collected so far. How many do you have?
I have 5.
Okay, so you're 1 ahead of me. We're playing till 8 this game. Ooh, an explosion! So I managed to explode my explosions over here. I've got to put together 6 to go into the center. So I'll put 6 tokens in the center. Let me stack them up neatly. There we go. In the center hex. And everything's going to move across orange.
Yeah.
We start at the bottom this time.
Okay.
I'm going to go orange here. Orange here. These 2 will change places across the orange border. Sorry, I dropped one. There we go.
Not as sad as that bug is.
Oh, he doesn't mind. This one's going to go orange. This will go orange. This will go orange. And then my explosion will put 1 in each hex surrounding the center nesting area.
And what sound is an explosion? Is it a spider hears?
It might sound like.
That sounds like a motorcycle. Vroom, vroom.
Yes, motorcycles sound like explosions to insects as well.
They probably do.
All right, so I've moved my insects, and now I get my 5 movements. Boy, there are a lot of insects out there. I've got. Keep chasing them. 1, 2. I'm going to lay one for 3 in case it goes that way. I'm going to move 4, and I'm going to pick up this web for action 5.
Because you are out.
I'm out of webs, so I need to have one in the future. Now it's the yellow player's turn.
All right, let's see how we do. Explosion for red.
And what does a bug explosion sound like?
For a bug? Could go. All right, red. Let's see here. I'm going to start on the outside. Red, red. That can't come in. Red. Oh, I think the game is over. These are yours. And this as well, because they would cross paths. Red, 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 and then all right. How many bugs do you have?
I have 10 insects.
You have 10 insects. I have 5. So the game ends immediately and you win.
I win. The blue pair wins. So what are your final thoughts on web spinners?
I really love this game. One thing that I noticed is that I mentioned before in the unboxing that the red and the orange look very different. And so because I'm red colorblind, that's very helpful for me to be able to differentiate between the colors. I think that Safehaven Games did a great job with making sure that the blue and the green and the red and the orange looked very different. The other thing that I noticed is that I know that there have been some concerns from some people playing that the sticks cover the colors, but I noticed that there is a pattern to the colors. It repeats every other border. So for instance, there's an orange over here, not an orange, and then it's orange. Purple over here, not purple, and then it's purple. And it goes in both directions. You can see the repeating blues, the yellows, and so on. So I found that didn't really stop me from figuring out, is it crossing a border? That's why I knew you had one pretty quickly. What are your thoughts?
I like the game. I think it's pretty simple to learn. So there's not really a lot of rule reading or mystery to it. Pretty simple. And you could play this with kids or adults. You can teach it to people who aren't into games initially, newbies. And it's pretty easy to teach them, pretty easy to play a game for 15 minutes. And, it's very fun.
Yeah, it's a good filler game because it takes between 10 to 30 minutes depending on your luck. As you could tell, you never know who's going to win. I really like it. I think it is perfect for kids. Really helps you learn colors, and it's a fun for adults too. I like it.
I also like that it's a good blend of luck and strategy. So you have no control over what you roll on the dice. That's the luck part. And the strategy is where are you going to move and where are you going to lay your webs down. So you have some control over that. So it's a little bit of both. I like that.
So if you're interested in purchasing web spinners, we're going to leave a link in the description so you can reach out to Safehaven Games and get your own copy.
All right, and those are our thoughts on web spinners.
So thanks for joining Table for Two. This is where we like to make friends out of strangers and family out of friends.